Hi, I'm James Gilliam. I have the pleasure of being the Deputy Executive Director at the ACLU of Southern California. I'll tell you a little bit about who's with me in just a second. Critics and viewers alike love Orange is the New Black. Rather than the typical women behind bars, exploitative representation of female prisons, the show's rich array of characters and conflicts has given it across-the-board appeal. It brings to life, for those who will never otherwise get a peek behind bars, some of the many issues inmates face. It also tells human stories by featuring groundbreaking characters, giving opportunities to a range of talented actresses and representing a multiplicity of orientations and ethnicities. Take, for example, Sophia Brissett, serving time for credit card fraud to finance her sex reassignment surgery. As a male-to-female transgender inmate housed in a women's prison, Sophia introduces viewers to some of the challenges transgender women endure while incarcerated, particularly when they are denied their hormone medications. Laverne Cox, a gifted actress who's been called the breakout star of the show, plays Sophia. Laverne embodies the character with unparalleled realism. Indeed, she was recently nominated for a Critics' Choice Award. Laverne is the first transgender person to appear on the cover of Time magazine. That happened just last week. As a writer, producer, advocate, and transgender actress playing one of the few transgender characters ever to appear on television, Laverne is brilliantly representing the T in the LGBT acronym. We're all in for a treat today because Laverne Cox is here to accept the ACLU's Social Responsibility in the Media Award on behalf of Orange is the New Black, and to share a few moments of her time with us. Today is our chance to learn a little more about her story. But before Laverne comes up, I'd like to introduce you to our beautiful 12-year-old client, Zoey. When she and her mother first contacted us, Zoey was being bullied by the school administrators for coming out as transgender. The school told her she should go elsewhere, which made Zoey want to miss school. We heard earlier about school administrators being the bullies, right? This is a case that illustrates that, unfortunately, quite well. And Zoey's not alone in feeling that way. LGBTQ students have the lowest academic aspirations of any cohort. We jumped right in to help Zoey and her mom. We showed the school the errors of its ways, and now she has near perfect attendance. This year, we've been leading the charge to ensure all transgender students like Zoey have the opportunity to do well in school through our efforts to pass and implement the School Success and Opportunity Act. Turns out, Zoey and Laverne are big fans of one another, and Zoey has something she'd like to say.
Hi, my name is Zoey Luna. It's nice to see everybody today at this lovely luncheon. The ACLU of Southern California was very helpful to my family and me by standing by my side and educating my school district that I am a regular student and I deserve the same amount of dignity and respect that every other student receives. Thank you, James, for all that you've done for me. Thank you. Hi. Orange is the New Black is a groundbreaking show that my mom, sister, and I are fans of. I really can't describe how much I look up to Laverne. She is inspiring to many people. Because she opened the door for many trans people to be represented fairly in the media. Okay. Oh, thank you, Laverne, for showing me the possibilities that I have in store. Thank you.
Laverne Cox is a fantastic person to teach us about some of the issues the transgender community faces. She's been asked what it feels like to be a role model for the transgender community. Laverne's response will likely resonate with many of you. She calls herself a possibility model instead. a possibility model. She wants people like Zoey, and all of us, frankly, to see that what we want for our lives is possible, given what she's been able to make possible with her own life. From what Zoey just shared with us, I'd say Laverne is performing brilliantly in the role of possibility model as well. Enough from us. It's my honor, it's our honor to invite Miss Laverne Cox to join us.
Oh my goodness. Wow, can we please make some noise for James? Thank you so much, James, and of course, make some noise for Zoey. Stories like Zoey's really, for me, are a huge part of why I do a lot of the work that I do. And I think students like Zoey are really who we're all fighting for, right? Dignity. And I'm sitting here tonight and I actually got really emotionally overwhelmed because I actually also think it's really important to acknowledge Zoey's family. Can we please make some noise for, can you just stand up? A lot of trans youth do not have the support of their family the way that Zoey does, and a lot of youth find themselves out on the street, turned out of their homes because they don't have the kind of support that Zoey has at home. So I thank you so much for loving and supporting your daughter. It means the world to me and to her, and I think to the world. I think we have a young person who's going to make a huge difference out there. I'm so excited. I am deeply honored to accept this award on behalf of Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black is a show. First of all, have you started watching season 2 yet? Has anyone finished season 2 yet? Make some noise if you finished season 2. So you're pacing yourselves. I respect that. I respect that. I'm so happy to accept this award on behalf of Orange is the New Black, a show that has changed my life. A proud African-American transgender woman from a working class background, raised by a single mother from Mobile, Alabama. I have been struggling many years in New York City to realize my dreams of being a working actress, and this show has provided that opportunity for me and for so many other talented actresses from various backgrounds. And our show has sparked many necessary conversations about the prison industrial complex, about the justice system in this country. Our show has sparked really meaningful conversations about diversity on television, about the roles of women on television, and of course, it has sparked conversations about transgender people, not only in the media, but in our country. And I think those conversations are really necessary. I often found that we don't know what the right conversations to have are when we talk with and about transgender people. And the media plays such a huge role in telling necessary stories. I've always believed that we have to change the hearts and minds of people when it comes to folks who are different from us, and then we have to have public policy to back that up. They have to work together. So I am so happy to be here at the ACLU of Southern California, because they are doing work every single day to make sure that public policy supports justice for everyone. I think that's amazing. I have been really privileged to travel all over the country and hear from young people like Zoey and others who've said that the show Orange is the New Black has made it possible for them to have conversations, particularly trans folks, have conversations about who they are with their peers. Several young people have said to me, when I tell people that I'm transgender, they say, like Sophia from Orange is the New Black, and then the conversation ends and it's okay, and they don't have to explain anything else about who they are. That is a powerful change in our society. I've spoken to young people and not so young people who told me that our show has given them the courage to have conversations with the people in their lives that they love about their desires to transition. Several people have transitioned that I've met because of Orange is the New Black and my character, Sophia Brissett. I think that is an amazing testimony to the power of media in our society. And I am so pleased to be a part of a project that is shifting culture the way our show is. And I also am so happy to be here at this ACLU event because not only the ACLU of Southern California, but the ACLU all over this country is doing vital work to better the lives of transgender people. Specifically, they're doing major education to see that the Prison Rape Elimination Act, PREA, is implemented all over the country in the ways that it should be. Now, the Prison Rape Elimination Act is an act that went into effect last year that basically gives guidelines to how trans and gender nonconforming prisoners should be treated while they're incarcerated. And it's such an important thing that to make sure that just because someone is incarcerated, that they should still be treated as human beings, and they should still have their dignity. And also, there's a case of a young woman named Monica Jones in Phoenix, Arizona, who was arrested earlier this year on the charge of manifesting prostitution. It's a law that basically profiles trans women and women in general in Phoenix, Arizona, just for walking down the street in a certain neighborhood, dressed a certain way. She was not only arrested on this charge, but she was convicted. And I am so happy that the ACLU is working to make sure that we find justice for Monica Jones in Phoenix, Arizona. And also, there's a young trans woman, 16 years old, who the media is referring to as Jane Doe in Connecticut. You've heard of Jane Doe, I'm sure. And I'm so happy that the ACLU is working to make sure that Jane Doe gets out of solitary confinement. She's being held, a 16-year-old, she's being held in an adult prison in Connecticut in solitary confinement, and charges have not been filed against her. So no charges have been made, and she's just sitting in solitary confinement in a prison right now. And I'm so happy that the ACLU is working to get her out of those conditions. There's so much work that they're doing every single day to make the lives of trans people better and the lives of all Americans better. So I'm so happy and honored to be here to support them and to accept this honor on behalf of this show that has changed my life. Thank you so much.